All right. Thanks a lot for being here. I'm going to talk about something very different that you have seen probably until now. It's about voice assistants, and it's about voice assistants with JustSayIt, a Julia package. And concretely, I'll talk about the quick assembly of personalized voice assistants. So it's a flash talk, so I will do a flash introduction. So here you see two big numbers, right? And guess what is it? Well, it is the number of public and non-public GitHub repositories. And here you see the growth of GitHub over time, kind of exponential. And so why am I showing that? Well, it's impossible to create a voice assistant that would support all the software that exists in this world. And so there comes the idea from that we want to assemble our personalized voice assistant. And so I had a talk already last year at JuliaCon. And so I'll do a flash recap. It was about, well, a fresh approach to open source voice assistant development. You find the video on YouTube. And I showed that we can do very simple mapping of command names to functions or keyboard shortcuts. That we can do per command choice between maximum speed or accuracy. So for example, for a mouse click, you want maximum speed. Then smart speech to text. And fast command programming with voice argument functions. And so you see here in red this voice args macro, which allows for regular Julia functions to say a certain argument will come in by voice. And then you can give some additional keywords to define how exactly it should be recognized. And then, so I said, well, we want to unite the Julia and Python communities by using Python functionality, in particular what you see in the middle there, WASC. It is a C++ library with Python bindings, which is doing the heavy lifting in the back. It's doing the voice recognition. All right, so much from the past. Now, how does it work concretely to assemble your personalized voice assistant? So you see here at the bottom, you see a dictionary, right? It says commands equal something. And so there is where we would assemble our global command. So where we would specify what our voice assistant would do. So for example, you see there, we have some functions which we will directly have available when we start our voice assistant. You see, for example, ma there for a left mouse click, right? And then below you see we have, for example, we say terminal, and then it would open a terminal. And so on the right, you see what it would do. Or we say coding, and it would open VS Code. And so you see there we have actual commands, like Julia commands, the type commands, Cmd. And on the right, we would have a dictionary which would specify all the commands that will be automatically activated as soon as we start, well, VS Code. Now above you see, so this VS Code commands dictionary that is given there in the global assembly. It's just another dictionary, right? Which in this case will be just created by merging other dictionaries. And concretely, so in the second dictionary that you see in this slide, we will have some specific commands for VS Code. So for example, jump to line, and then this would automatically trigger a sequence of actions. So it would do Control P, then write a colon, and then this type digit string would mean that you say the digit, right? And then it would do enter. So you just say jump to line 345, yeah? And then, for example, below peak definition, in order to see the definition of a certain function or whatever, right? And then on the top, you see some generic dictation commands, which will be usable in most applications, not only in VS Code, for example. And so this means, just like we define here commands for VS Code, we'll define commands for the terminal, for internet, for anything. We will use specific commands plus generic commands. And then once you've done that, well, you will just do this, use JustSayIt, using JustSayIt, and then start using these commands, right? Passing it the start function. And this will start your personalized voice control or voice assistant. Now on JustSayIt recipes, we can share, on this repository, we can share such kind of recipes to create personalized voice control, because you don't want to do everything from the bottom up yourself, right? You want to share it with others. And right now we will already find one example there. Yeah, so this was the global idea of how you create your voice assistant. And now I will show you just a little bit what's behind also, so the power of dynamic recognizer creation. And so, for example, if you want to type this here, what you see, you would say letter A equal digit 34 plus letter B, yeah? And then it would type that. Now, what happens behind the scene? At first, you have like a basic command recognizer, which will deal with letter A until equal. And then afterwards, digits is actually a function, as we can create a function for anything, which will just understand 0 to 9. But in addition to that, we will add automatically, dynamically, what was said before, such that we have a smooth transition between the recognizers. Because if you would just cut off the audio, you would not be able to accurately recognize the things. And then, so this digit function will exit when it doesn't understand the next word. And we will go back to a command recognizer, which in addition to what it was able to understand before, would also be able to understand the digits that were just said. And so still guarantee a smooth transition between recognizers. Now another quick example. So it's about smart copying. We can very smartly copy things by saying, for example, here, we have this text in the first line, and you see the red thing there is the cursor. And let's say, okay, write assembly till assistance. So it would copy everything from assembly to assistance. How is that done? So it would select from the cursor until the end, like this. And then it would create a recognizer using the content that is marked there. And with that, understand what the user said. And then afterwards, well, select and copy the desired substring. And so this shows that for very complex tasks, we can still very accurately recognize things, because we can make very specialized recognizers that only understand, or that exactly understand what they need to understand. All right, conclusions and future work. So we developed some unprecedented, highly expressive and effective way to assemble personalized voice assistants. JustSayIt uses a powerful recognition approach based on dynamically created specialized recognizers, and we have this repository here to share recipes. Now, very quickly about future work. It is my idea to leverage large language models like ChatGPT. I hope to finish something until this conference, was not able to. But next year, you will have something. And also, of course, I would have a little bit better, I would like to see what is happening when we say a command, so to have like some subtitle-like appearance of what command is executed. All right, so that's all. Please check out the talk from last year, and here is the repository.
You make it time for one quick question. So yes,
I have two. How fast is it, and do you use it in your own workflow?
Yes, actually, I use it every day because I had a problem with my hands, and well, it's not completely fixed, but it's getting better. But so yeah, I mean, I've developed that for that reason since more than 2 years. And fast, if you set this accuracy thing there, this is what I said in the recap, that you say max speed instead of accuracy, then you can have mouse clicks which are instantaneous.